Splat. So I'm going to have you sit there uncomfortably for a second while I introduce you.
Absolutely.
What up, Splatheads, and welcome back to yet another Splat Chats, where the chats are brought to you by Splat. I'm AdamTheAdmin, and today I'm very excited for today's guest. You may know him from such shows as Lost, Shake It Up, or you might know him as the first M in your MCM hashtags. Ladies and gentlemen, the man whose name you could do 100 puns with, Mr. Kenton Duty. That would have killed if we had a live audience.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I would love
unfortunately we don't.
Dad, can you clap? Can you
Yeah. We've got Mr. Duty on deck there. He's our timer for the day. Okay, so let's jump right into this.
Absolutely.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I've got water. I've got light.
Yes.
Air conditioning.
There's quite a bit of light in here, actually. Yes. I feel like I'm in some sort of, like, interrogation room. But, you know, it's got a friendly vibe.
So I'm interrogating you?
Yeah. Well, I guess it'd be the other way around. So, yeah, I want to apologize to the dreamers out there who thought that today was not going to be the interview day. I made a scheduling boo-boo, but I want to say hashtag Kenton is a saint. He came down early, and I appreciate you making the trek all the way down here.
Absolutely. We wanted to come down.
Yes. So, now your full government name, and correct me if I'm wrong, is Jeffrey Kenton Duty, is that correct?
Yes.
So you are Jeff Jr.?
No, he is Jeffrey Kyle, but I'm Jeffrey Kenton. According to every airline, I'm a junior, just because we have the same middle initial.
Okay.
But they did not want me to be a junior, so they went with the another K name.
So you couldn't steal his ID and go out, have a fun night?
Yeah. We do, our credit cards come out the same, though, which is funny.
Oh, okay.
Because we're both Jeffrey Duty.
Yeah. Any billing issues ever? Or?
Well, he takes care of everybody's billing and organizes it all. So he controls the system.
Oh,
he's monopolized
very nice.
the duty billing system.
Smart man. Smart man.
Yes.
Does anyone ever call you Jeff?
Mandy Rain does.
Oh, okay.
And then my mom when I reorganize her office, but that's about it.
That's
the only time I get in trouble, when I reorganize her office.
Is that when she uses your full name?
I've gotten Jeffrey Kyle before, but because
okay.
it's as if her husband was in the room, but it was me. And then she had to do like the when she calls out the other sibling type thing, and she Kenton, why did you do this? I'm like, well, I wanted everything to be numerical and alphabetical for it. I thought it'd be helpful because then you can search.
You have that too, where your mom calls you the siblings' names when she's like scanning her memory for your name.
So when she called, like she's Rebecca, I go, well, I'm not 5'6" and I'm not a female, so try again.
I came from a family of 5, and I've actually been called the dog's name from my mother. Because my mother has to like scan her index of names. Like Adam, Ryan, Brennan, Paco. We had a dog named Paco at the time.
Oh, so you got called Paco?
Yeah, I got called Paco a few times. So.
I'm surprised I was never called Peanut, which was our guinea pig for a while.
Oh, you had a guinea pig?
I had a guinea pig.
Oh, okay.
And he had a little peanut sort of emblem on his forehead. And,
really?
Same shade and everything, so I named him Peanut.
Have you ever seen those little micro pigs, by the way?
He was probably the size of a micro pig.
Oh, yeah?
He was a big guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, dang.
Yeah.
They actually have, like, pigs that can fit in the size of your hand that
come
never
on.
grow up.
I mean, the bacon from that would just not last.
Yeah, totally unsatisfying, But, it would be low
Sorry
calorie.
for all the micro pig owners out there.
You don't hear my boss saying that. She's the one who showed me the micro pigs.
Oh, yeah?
And she's a vegetarian, so we might have to omit that from the interview. No, I'm just joking.
We love animals, I swear.
Yes, we love animals.
There's just humor to be had.
Yes. I mean, why not? You have a tiny little pig. Why not make a meal out of it? I
mean, just think, you could just put it on a kebab for the Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
It'd be the most adorable spit roast ever. So, boy, what a terrible thing to say. Interview starting off good. So yeah, you do have sisters, right?
I do. Two little sisters. They're twins, Jessica and Rebecca.
Okay. They just hit high school age, right?
They did. They're 15. Mm-hmm. They're freshmen in high school.
Oh, okay.
So all of you little boys, beware if they have an overprotective brother. I'm getting it out there as much as I can.
You see, I have a little sister too, and I thought I would never do that. I'd never be the overprotective brother, but now she's like 17. I want to know about all of her boyfriends.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to know about any boy that's even thinking about having a crush on them.
Yeah.
And obviously they don't know that, but I want the answer.
Now, are you the oldest of 3 kids?
I'm the oldest of 3.
Okay, so it's you and your 2 twin sisters. Do they have ambitions of getting into show business?
I mean...
And will you let them?
I would absolutely let them, because, I mean, they're extremely talented. But they like being, in our hometown. They have their friends, They like going to school normally. We actually offered it, like my parents offered it to them. It was like, hey, would you want to do this? And they're like, we like it here. So they, go to class, and one of them plays French horn and band, as well as she's one of the flag twirlers.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's really good.
Really?
Which, I mean, I thought, our whole family would be slightly uncoordinated without a lot of practice and dedication, but she just, picked it up.
Really?
And so she was teaching me when I was back home, and so now when I go home next time, she's actually going to be performing.
Well, that's right. They're in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Now, Mr. Duty, does he live in Texas too?
He goes back and forth.
Oh, he goes back and forth. Okay. Yeah. I was actually wondering if he was going to join us today, because I thought.
Well, he doesn't like cameras. He likes to be behind the camera. Yeah.
I just meant in the room.
He's one of those executive producer types.
Yeah.
He has to be way back there in the chair.
If you wanted to give a shout out, Mr. Duty, by all means,
just yell out. Just yell out.
Yeah. Well, no, that's very cool. I think we talked about this at the Noble thing. You live out in California.
Right.
What part of...
Burbank.
Burbank.
Really close to the Bob Hope Airport.
Oh, okay.
So it makes travel very easy.
Gotcha. You can just be out in a second. You could easily be a fugitive if you wanted to.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
2 minutes to the Bob Hope and I'm down.
Yeah, except the fact that you're like a TV star. And,
that too.
You tweet a lot.
I would just go fully blue, and then no one would be like... It's interesting.
I don't think it, like the Superman concept, I don't know that it works like that, where you could just be like, I'm Clark Kent, now I'm Superman. Yeah. But, but with blue hair.
Oh, yeah.
It might.
You could just do like the, the new Watch Dogs game, just like the bandana, and the hat, but you'd have to do it during winter.
Yeah.
So you'd have to make sure that like your really big fugitive act happened right when December rolled around.
Right.
So you could be wearing a trench coat.
Right.
Otherwise, no game.
Yeah.
No game.
Yeah. Have you seen The Fugitive, by the way, with Harrison Ford?
I have not yet.
Oh, okay.
I have a list that just keeps getting added to it. Like The Insider with Al Pacino and Russell Crowe. My dad happened to be watching it last night when I came home. I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks great. And he was like, it's fabulous. It's a great movie. So,
are you a movie guy, by the way?
I don't go to the movies.
Yeah.
I like to watch. I'm more of a watch it at home type thing, because then I can talk.
Yeah.
Be like, whoa, what just happened there? And rewind and dissect the scene. So can't do that in a movie theater. But I just did.
Well, you can
recently.
But,
you can, but not everybody appreciates it.
Right.
The one guy going, wow, that was really good, and everybody, shut up.
That actually happened during Gravity. We had some guy just calling out everything on the screen. I don't know if
they're floating.
Yeah.
No delay.
Well, most of that movie's quiet. You know what I'm saying? So it's
better.
like, they're out in space, and it's like, that Sandra Bullock's floating around. It's like, dude, shut up. We know we're...
Yeah, she's in space.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Well, the reason why I was asking is whilst... Yes, I'm using whilst.
I love that word.
Yes, it's a great word. Not used enough, frankly.
No.
But whilst I was using, or doing the dossier, putting together a dossier for you, I stumbled upon a Popstar magazine video from probably 2010 of you showing off your room.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And you had 101 movie poster or quotes on the wall.
I do.
Yeah. So I was wondering if maybe you were sort of a film aficionado.
Not an aficionado. I have those friends that can I love watching Princess Bride.
Oh, okay.
And so one of my best friends and I can do the scenes back and forth together.
Really?
But for some reason, he can remember them on his own. I have to have him there and start the first line, and I'll be like, oh, I got it. And then we'll just do never mess with a Sicilian when death is on the line. Like that scene, we'll go back and forth. The complete scene, which is...
Really?
Oh, it's awesome.
But you need him for your
I need him there, because he is the Sicilian. So he has to start that scene off, and then I'm the bandana guy.
I see.
So,
I'm not familiar enough with The Princess Bride, actually.
It's a movie you should be familiar with.
I should look
suggest
into it.
Absolutely.
Didn't Fred Savage have something to do with that?
He was 10, probably.
Oh, okay.
And he's playing the little kid, and then Grandpa's reading the book, The Princess Bride, to him.
Yeah.
And then we get to watch the book, and he'll stop and be like, no, is that kissing? And like,
it's awesome.
Yeah. It's great. And then Andre the Giant is in it.
Oh, okay.
He has a funny part in it.
Oh, yeah, so that film goes a little
It goes way back, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm going to look into that.
You should.
So, okay. Now, again, I was sort of doing, putting together a dossier for you.
I love that word. That's another good
I love
word.
it too, actually. Dossier. It sounds so like, spy movie. Yeah. Check the dossier. Yeah. Here's our subject, Kenton Duty. There's like a little, black and white picture of you in public. Yeah.
The American version.
Yeah. Now, I've seen several interviews with you, and you've told the story of what led to you becoming an actor.
Yes.
And I don't want to make you retell the same story over and over again.
Right.
So I'm going to give an abridged version of it, and correct me when I'm wrong.
I will.
I'm doing this for you, by the way. Yeah.
I need my buzzer.
Yeah.
Like our Staples, that was easy button.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I literally shortened it down to, you did a PowerPoint presentation in the 3rd grade.
Yes.
Your dad sent you to theater camp, which kind of sounds like almost a torture camp, the way I'm wording it.
Well, it was a very fun torture camp. Because, we built the sets ourselves, with the help of the teachers. So painting and everything, and then, we do the play. So it was cool. I did it for 2 weeks, and then I was out.
Oh, so it was only 2 weeks.
I was freed.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like a month long where they break you down and then rebuild you and,
No.
Put a pot on your head and bang it with a stick.
You sleep in a ditch.
You must feel like a starving artist. Now do Hamlet,
Exactly. Method, you sleep in this giant collar.
Boy, business plan. Oh, how are we doing on time? Oh, okay. All right, so our timer is doing his job very well. We're going to come back to this. We're going to cut to a commercial real quick with Kenton Duty on Splat Chats, where the chats are brought to you by Splat. Be right back.
Splat. Put it on your head.
Yes, the Splat Chats with the wonderful...
The funnies are on, dog.
Yeah, with the wonderful Kenton Duty. You want to do the clapperboard?
I'll do the clapper. Here we go.
There you go. Oh, yeah. So yeah, we were just talking about Kenton having English fans and how wonderful it would be if a 45-year-old man came home with a martini. He was like, "Oh, the Splat Chats are on with the Kenton Duty.
Oh, the Splat Chat's on, darling. Oh, this would be great.
I follow him on Twitter."
The Twitter.
Yeah, on the Twitter. At God Save the Queen 22. I don't know what his Twitter handle would be.
That would be an amazing Twitter handle.
Yeah, it's probably already out there. You'd probably have to be God Save the Queen _1 because someone else already took it. But okay, so yeah, back at it.
Yes.
Back to Splat Chats. Welcome back, by the way. So yeah, you did a PowerPoint in 3rd grade. Dad sent you to torture camp.
Yes, theater camp.
Yeah. And you did some other stuff in between, and then cut to you on Lost.
Right.
How did you land that role? I mean, I know you auditioned.
Well, everybody knows JJ is very secretive, and I think I've always loved that about him because no one ever knows what the project is. Yeah. And so it was a generic sides. I think I was a kid talking to a psychiatrist or therapist about my dad. Mm-hmm. So I was running it at home with my dad, and I was just like, I should do this like a sociopath.
Oh.
And he was like, that would be interesting. So,
your dad said that?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, okay. So I went ahead and did it, and I went, I did my audition, and
think back to your torture camp, son. Become a sociopath.
Yeah, exactly. You slept in the ditch. Remember? Yeah. Apparently, my dad has an English accent. Which would be awesome. Work on that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I do the audition. By the time we'd gotten back to the parking lot, I got a call and I booked the role, and we were flying to Hawaii, I guess, in a week and a half. And
really? Now, curious, how did you play that part as a socio? Like, what little touches did you do?
I guess I took a lot of the emotion sort of out of the delivery, but I kept, because it's weird. It's like the way I wanted him to come across sort of like as if he was about to kill this person. And that was the note that my agent got was, I've known Kenton for 2 years, and I honestly thought he was going to kill me. And so I was like,
that's a
perfect.
Strong note.
Because I came in and I had known this casting director for quite some time already, and so she knows me as this bubbly, I was like 4'10", bubbly little guy who's always happy, and then I'll do my dramatic scene and I'll be bubbly again. I did not do that. I was bubbly after it, which was probably even more creepy.
Yeah.
Having just done this thing where I sound like I'm going to kill somebody, and then, have a great day, bye, and then I leave.
Yeah, that does make it weirder.
Like she probably was like, is there a bomb in the room? Like,
yeah. Well, that explains why you got the role. He's
exactly.
Like, if I don't cast this kid,
she's going to come back.
Yeah.
And I have seen her.
I know I'm the one for the role.
But I mean, I love getting generic sides because then you just have so much to play with. You can really just make some decisions, and then if your decisions are wrong, at least you had a strong decision, and then they can do it the way they want it.
Yeah.
But that was a fun one. And then when we got on set, no one knew who I was. Mm-hmm. I didn't know. My dad didn't know. The director didn't know. Only the 2 executives knew.
Right.
So,
like character-wise.
Yeah, who the character was, who's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So we all just sort of went, let's do it the way we want to do it. So we sort of actually ended up playing on my audition, sort of with my audition thing, and went with that just a little bit, which ended up turning out really well. Because even the main cast, doesn't know what's happening episode by episode.
Right.
Which was really well planned out on the production's end, in my opinion, just because then they're really living in that moment rather than knowing,
right,
okay, here's where we're going from here. Like, they were honestly are like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, your dad was telling me that he had to keep the script locked up in...
Yeah, it did not leave him, ever. I barely touched it.
Really?
Yeah, I only touched it to read through it, and like a few, when I needed to, and then I'd go to my actual daily sides for the day.
Yeah.
Which those were burned, I think, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had it in his backpack, and the backpack was normally on front if he was sitting, and he had his hands over it. He was probably SEAL Team 6 just for this one script, because we were not gonna lose it.
Yeah.
And we didn't. We didn't.
Right. Well, because I also remember you had some interesting encounters with some strange people. Well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, during.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when you were offset, at least when you were in the store, you had some people come up and were like,
"Oh yeah.
Are you that kid on Lost or something?"
Yeah. Older. It was always somebody past the mark of 30, and I was about 14, 15. Mm-hmm. So I'm just this little guy, especially at that time. So, and I would, it's just like an office type store. So I'd be over by the computers, kids. I didn't touch it. I just, sort of watch the trailers they had playing, and he'd go off and, be getting the supplies that we need, and then he'd come back, and I'm now talking to this guy about Lost, and we're both exchanging theories, and and so, I mean, that was when I had started doing a lot of radio interviews, actually, was just all the science fiction stations. So I'd be in the car just doing a few interviews a day because people wanted to know what the kids' theory was. And I'd been watching the show with my dad's mom, my grandmother, since the beginning. Mm-hmm. So that was sort of our thing, and we'd exchange ideas, and she always had better ones than I did.
But you never actually really knew.
No.
So they were literally theories coming out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, and then when I did get the role, I got maybe a text or a call at least every other day of her trying to get me to tell her what it was, which for the first 2 episodes, I could honestly tell her, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then for the third one, I was like, you'll never find out. And then, because after that, then I was like, oh, I'm young Jacob. Oh, okay, I got it.
Sneaky, though. Sneaky people trying to carouse the plot out of you.
Yeah, I was waiting for her to, like, start offering me, like, cars and stuff. Because she was really into it.
You know, you could have always played it like, if you give me a car, I'll tell you.
You give me a Ferrari?
Yeah. And then, like, just give them completely wrong information.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You never considered that?
Or
did you keep a handle on it? Did he consider it?
I think my dad would have if I had come up with that, he would have been like, no, but have her pay for, like, somebody to come garden for us, because then we don't have to do it next week.
Oh, okay.
He'd probably gone practical.
And domestic
oh yeah, absolutely. My dad's a very practical guy.
Yeah.
So.
What a nice thing.
Yeah.
I just want someone to care for my garden.
Yeah. Just have somebody come do it. That way we can,
I'll provide false information for them to look after my tomatoes,
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll make them a nice salad,
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's nice things to it. I was gonna ask, like, if there were any certain roles that maybe, because I know you were in I Am Khan. Right?
My name's Khan.
My name is Khan.
Yes.
I Am Khan is more Star Trek.
Yes,
right?
But that would be cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be a fun role.
Yeah. So you were in some other things before Lost. I didn't know if there was anything, like, leading up to Lost that...
I think everything sort of helped. Like, every step you take across the creek of life, you're moving on to that next thing. Because I did Cold Case, which that everybody on that set was awesome. Yeah. It was just a great, month of just filming and really just getting to know the main cast, and they were happy to have the kids around, and it was about the moon landings, or it was during that time period, but it was and that was cool. It was very dramatic. I ended up killing a guy.
Really?
Who's now one really good friend of mine, and is off at college, but we used to go running together all the time.
Right.
So when he comes back, we'll go running.
Hey, I killed you, remember that.
Exactly. And he played a very good dead guy.
Oh, okay.
He floated very well in the creek.
Good.
Very convincing. I thought I might have killed him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I had all these great just, like, roles that sort of helped lead up to the very dramatic loss. And
right.
I think that all those things helped lead up.
I mean, did you do any, like, indie stuff that you're not credited for on IMDb that maybe never saw the light of day, or?
I think everything that I did is on the IMDb, but at least film wise.
Yeah.
Did a lot of ADR when I was little.
Oh, okay.
Had that great like generic voice.
Yeah.
One of my favorites was, I had no idea what coffee tasted like at this point, but back when Zoe 101 was still on the air, I went in for Nickelodeon and did ADR for them quite a bit, and one of the times they had me do ADR for Zoe 101, and I played 3 different, like, people in the coffee shop.
Really?
So it was just because there are people, ordering coffee, so there's all these adults and then me. And so there's, like, 4 adults, like, different, ethnicities and, age, and so, like, one guy's like, "Get out of the black, blah, blah, blah," it's like, got the deep voice, and I was like, "I want a latte," and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I heard them talking about different ideas for lines before we went in, so, I was trying to pitch ideas, and I obviously had no idea what I was talking about, because I think one of the lines was probably something like, "I'll have a latte with marshmallows," like, I just thought that was a thing. Now I just, like, I get iced coffee, because it's very hydrating.
Right.
Helps your digestion, like, there's just all these great benefits to it.
Never with marshmallows.
Never with marshmallows.
Yeah. You'd think you'd at least get it warm with marshmallows.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
It'd be such a good idea.
Right. Okay, cool. So you did that, and then now we're going to fast forward in time and cut to Shake It Up.
Shake It Up.
All right, Shake It Up, people. Timer,
Shake
how are we
It
doing on time, by the way?
30 seconds.
30 seconds? Okay.
So we'll be right back.
Yes. Let's take another break. We're going to cut to Shake It Up after this. More Kenton Duty on Splat Chats, where the chats are brought to you by Splat. Hair color, that is. Let's pretend like we're talking as the music's playing.
Watermelons, eggs, and bacon.
Walla, 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 walla. Yeah. Excuse me.
I currently don't have anything that would be needing to pull down. So
we can make something up. You know.
I'm writing a show that's top secret.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is this true? Is he making that?
Actually, it's true. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I was gonna say, yeah, if you don't, we can make it up, and then you can have like producers calling you, like, I saw this interview with you, Kenton, and we don't know about your secret project. We'd like to finance it, and then you can actually write it.
Exactly.
That's not really how Hollywood works, but you know.
Probably does.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's how people make it work.
Yeah. So welcome back to Splat Chats, where the chats are brought to you by Splat, blah, 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 blah. Doing my product justice there. Back here with Mr. Kenton Duty. Now, Kenton, tell me about Shake It Up.
Leopard pants, dancing, and funny accents.
Yes, you were, and again, I won't make you go too far into it because I know it's like a billion interviews. That's like what you talk about, and I don't want to make you go through it again, but you played Gunther Hess, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, Gunther Hessenheffer.
Hessenheffer. Mm-hmm. I should know that because my roots are very Germanic.
Are they really?
Yeah, Austria.
Yes.
So,
yeah, you would have fit right in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very Aryan-esque, minus the blue hair.
I think that, would have helped, honestly.
Yeah. Maybe.
Who knows? That everybody would have been more distracted by, oh, he has blue hair.
Yeah. Now if I go there, like the other day my friend said I look like Euro trash. And I'm like, wow, thank you very much. Because I had like...
is that fashion forward for America, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's not really like derogatory to be called Euro trash. It's like, oh yeah, danke, das ist my style, like maybe not. Maybe
I feel like we get their hand-me-downs.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're okay with that because everything over there is like so fashion forward. Like they're always a few lines ahead of us.
Yeah. Who knows?
At least that's what I know. But what do I know?
Maybe we've upset several of the German dreamers, but correct us if we're wrong here.
Yeah, I'm always open to new information.
Yes. You can only be ignorant without the information. So
exactly.
Provide it for us. Boy, a lot of that's going to get cut. Anyway, so one of the things I'm intrigued about, and I know you've talked about it enough, but I haven't really heard the whole story. Okay. I feel like there's parts missing. For the audition for it, you did a handstand.
I did. Oh, yes.
Fell on your head and you got knocked out.
Yeah, well, it was the final callback, and I'm auditioning, for the role, and you have to dance.
Oh, so it was on the final.
So yeah, it's either do or die at this point. Like they're making the decision. So they go, "Can you do any like cool tricks?" I go, I'm 14. I'm like, I could do a handstand with wall support. They're like, oh, that'd be great. They're really supportive. They're they're loving. They're nice. So they're like, okay, here I go. And then right about maybe a foot and a half off the ground, I hit my head into the wall.
Yeah.
And I knock out for about 10 to 15.
10 to 15 minutes, you're out.
Seconds.
Oh, seconds.
It was like one of those quick, that's so Raven, like, I'm out and I'm back up type thing.
Did you play it like that?
I actually did. When I came to, I went, I'm okay! And they all cheered. And then they said, thank you. And then I left.
Oh, so you left
that was the last moment of the audition.
Were you there?
He was in the lobby.
You were in the... Okay,
so I come out, and the girl I'm in there with, she made it out, obviously, before I did, because I'm, trying to gather my things.
Yeah.
Because I'm woozy.
Yeah.
And so I come out, and she's apparently gone up to her mom, and mom's like, hey, how'd it go? And she goes, oh, we're not getting it. So he's like, what happened in there? And then I come out and he's like, how'd it go? I'm like, I think it went pretty well.
You had just recently
been concussed.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm alive. Like, I'm just thinking, hey, how bad could it be?
Right.
But apparently, because, she goes, it was Stephanie Scott. She went in there with me, and she goes, well, while we're in there, they're like, do we call the fire department? This has never happened before. No one's ever passed out or been knocked out in this audition room. So apparently there's first for everything.
Yeah.
And the Disney building on the 21st floor. What can I say? I live to overachieve and break the boundaries of the audition room.
I'd like to think that there was a big cigar-smoking executive that as soon as you passed out, it's like, this kid's got the stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
he can handle the pressure.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what I was wondering, though. Like, you're passed out. Like, the people in the room are just like,
There's a 14-year-old child.
Yeah.
Just laying on the floor, like in the perfect chalk outline for a 1940s, prime drama. And I got the part. And so...
Do you think it was at that point that, like, well, we gotta give it to him? I mean,
he went all out, guys. Yeah, like, he's gonna put in the effort.
Guys, he might sue. We got no...
Yeah. I think they liked the accent.
Right,
I came in with that, and then, I taught the rest of the family. But, so I had a good time.
Yeah.
I think they, sort of maybe even thought it was part of my performance. Like, oh, he can even play knocked out really well. Like, we can write this in,
I was thinking of it too, like, there's something about getting knocked out during an audition that is, I guess I'd call it unforgettable. You're not going to forget.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who'd you audition today?
And they had
blonde hair, blue-eyed kid. Oh, and he got knocked out. Oh, yeah, that guy.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Oh, he was funny, yeah.
Yeah.
And they have, once the show got picked up and they sort of brought the whole cast in, and they have all the audition tapes from High School Musical and That's a Raven, and they were showing us all these tapes, and I'm sitting there thinking, because the cast at this point did not know this information.
Right.
I'm sitting there going, they have that on tape. They're going to be showing this to the next generation.
Whoa. Wait, they have your audition on tape?
They have the audition on tape where I got knocked out, because they were still filming at this point. So I'm just thinking about all the new shows that are out now.
Yeah.
And all those casts that have now seen that. And they're like, oh, wow, all those interviews are real.
Yeah.
That's probably what they're thinking. I have yet to ask one of these kids because I'm worried about what their reaction was.
You should get a copy of that tape.
I need this tape. It's going to be part of my reel.
That's a golden moment in audition history.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm just trying to imagine what it even looked like. You just see that feet go up and they crumple.
Yeah,
that's all and he's out. Like, I don't think his feet even touch the wall.
Yeah. Well, this is why you were talking about your sister being coordinated.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think we're all surprised because, like, me and dancing took effort.
Yeah.
Like lots of effort. Like, I was the guy. They're rehearsing scenes. I'm staying there in front of the mirror on the Shake It Up stage doing all my stuff.
Yeah.
For hours.
But you learned to break dance and everything for that.
I did. Yeah. I had a buddy of mine who was a breaker, and he's like, hey, you want to learn? I'm like, yeah, why not?
Just as long as it doesn't involve me doing handstands.
I eventually got decent.
Oh, you did?
And then I grew, so now I'm retraining.
Oh, okay.
Because there's, extra inches to move around.
Yeah. You still break dance to this day, or? A little bit.
I think there's a reason there's very few tall b-boys.
Yeah. That's something my trainer was saying too. Like, she's a short little Japanese woman, and she was telling me that being so tall and lanky, it's hard to lift.
Absolutely.
Because you have like a longer lever.
You have more space to move up.
So that might have something to do with the breakdancing thing.
Yeah.
Now, so, okay, you are at this point 14, 15 years old.
Right.
Right? Okay. So you're a child star, basically, at that point, once you got the part. Yeah.
Never thought of it that way. I've always just thought, I have a really cool job.
Yeah, you do.
I do what I love, and I ended up getting paid for it.
Right. So you never really saw it as being a child star.
I think it has to do with my parents have always kept me in line. Just like this, you love to do this. People like what you do. You enjoy, keeping, because my thing is, like, I love to make people feel that emotion. If I need to make them cry, the audience, I want them to be able to cry from whatever I'm doing on screen. Like, I want it to just be very true.
I see.
Enough, for them to be like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Or I want those reactions from the couch.
Yeah.
So that's sort of always been my thing, and I think they that one helped keep me humble.
Yeah.
Also, I have a really good foundation. Like, my team sort of helps keep me in line. My parents keep me in line. My best friends keep me in line.
Yeah.
So I have a really good support group that goes, keeps me grounded.
Check yourself.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Magnets to the earth.
Yeah. Before you wreck yourself, check yourself.
Absolutely.
Well, because that's what I was wondering. Like, I don't know if you've ever experienced it, but you're around a lot of these kid stars in that day. I don't know if you experienced anything where you get sort of the prima donna type of people.
Yeah, I mean, and I've had a few people, like, music performances try and treat me that way, and I ended up getting angry. I was like, no, just tell me, like, give me, like, a closet so I can change clothes. That's all I want. Like, if you can just post somebody outside the bathroom, so my crew and I can just make a quick change, because we'll be in and out in 2 minutes. Because it's like, I don't want to, put, like, they want to move me into a room where there's all these moms for this charity event, and they wanted to kick the moms out.
Oh, really?
Which, I'm a guy from the South, so that one, like, set me off. I was like, what? No. I want to be a gentleman is, like, my goal for every day,
Kenton Duty, Southern gentleman.
Yeah, so I was like, no. So I ended up having to, like, talk this woman out of kicking other women out.
Yeah.
And, eventually, like, and at one point, she's like, no, we have to do this. So I just left the conversation, because I'd gotten to that point to a debate of power.
Yeah.
Between me just going, no, don't kick them out. Yeah, we need to kick them out. I'm like, but the room's assigned to them.
Yeah.
So it's like, I stormed off to the bathroom, and then one of my guys came, hey, they just gave us the room they kicked us out of. So I was like, wait, then why did they kick us out?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we ended up changing in there, and we rehearsed. But it all turned out good, and she ended up coming up and saying, I'm actually really glad he did that, because I've been around a lot of people that would rather me kick people out. So I guess, gotten used to it. And so it was a nice change of pace. I was like, oh, that's nice.
Well, no, because I was going to say, you are one of the nicest, like...
Thank you.
Seriously, like, I bumped into a lot of people, especially, like, at that Pop Star magazine party, and, like, you were really cool, really chill, like, you put on a girl shirt. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah. And,
that was fun.
Yeah. I wasn't even expecting it. I was like, here you go, if you want to, and you're like, oh, I'll put it on. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You're a very sincere dude, so I didn't know... I mean, it's obviously your upbringing.
Yeah, my parents are rock stars. Because, I mean, I could have probably turned out to be a real mess.
Yeah.
Just with my energy and, like, having to always be, like, doing something. So what they did is they turned that into a productive channel, and so now it's just like I have to be doing something productive. So whether I'm writing music, or I'm just practicing music, or I'm writing I'm writing a show right now, or I'm, like, going and I'm teaching classes, or I'm taking a class, or whatever. Like, I like to be productive, and so that's, and they just raise me, and they're like, here, be this kind of person. I'm like, I like this kind of person, and I give them props, because they've done the same thing with my sisters, and they're, incredibly smart young women, and they're very mature and very well put together, and I've seen a lot of girls their age, because I'll pick them up from school, and I'm just like,
yeah,
but, like, I mean, they're great kids. It's just, they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because they But, I mean, my parents are incredible. And they've just really, they're like, here, if you want to do stuff, do something that you're passionate about that you actually can take forward. And so, like, all right, yeah. So
right. Well, I know as a kid, like, you can get, like, I mean, at least I was an awkward child. I don't know. Yeah. You're sort of developing,
right.
You're sort of growing your confidence, like... Was there ever a period of time where maybe you kind of went into that, and then your parents are like, "Oh no, you don't"?
I mean, I've always apparently there's a story that because I very much like my dad, and I have my mom's, like, just outgoing, like, woo personality, and I've got my dad's sort of OCD, but also woo personality. So you put that together and you get this guy. But so apparently when I was 2 years old, because I was the only kid in their group of friends, and, they were young adults, so, they'd have dinner parties with their friends, and, like, somebody would drop a pee on the floor, and everything would go to a halt.
Really?
And I'd just point, because I had no verbs yet, so I just... and they'd have to clean it up, and then I'd look at them, and they could eat again. Like, it was like a Game of Thrones moment, but it's just this 2-year-old. Like, just saying clean.
What is that pea doing on the floor, Daddy?
Yes. With my big staff.
I do not want you guys to see my office, because you will flip out.
If you let him see it, you'll blink, and then suddenly everything will be clean. You're like, I can't find anything.
Actually, you know what? You want to take...
My mom's like, don't do it!
Yeah,
through the screen.
Interesting. Our timer, a.k.a. Dad, Mr. Duty, is telling us we need to go to commercial. We'll be right back with Mr. Kenton Duty on Splat Chats, where the chats are brought to you by Splat. Hair color, that is. Wink.
You have boring hair. We are not impressed. Fix it with Splat Color Gel. There. That's better. 5 shades of awesome. SplatHairColor.com.
While they honk to get your attention. So what he does, and I picked this up from him, you just wave and smile the nicest smile you can muster, and like they don't know how to react.
Yeah.
It's the funniest thing.
No, I mean, what else can you do?
I mean, like, come on. Like, maybe they're having a really rough day.
Yeah.
And they just need to take it out on somebody. And then suddenly they just get kindness in return. And so maybe, hopefully, that brightens their day a little, you know?
Yeah.
That's all we can hope for.
More people are more prone to be, like, texting when they're at a stoplight.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to be like, because I've been there before.
Right.
Where it's like, you're looking at your phone. You shouldn't be. Don't text while driving kids, if we use any of this.
I turn mine off.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah. But in all seriousness,
Yeah.
when I'm looking at Twitter and vining while I'm driving, I'll be at a stoplight and it's like, oh, it's time to go. But like when other people do it, I try to be understanding. But it happens so much, it makes me mad.
Right.
So now I'm trying to be better about it because I
Right.
don't want to be one of those people.
Right.
Anyway, we were at being a child star as Gunther. Sorry, what's it? Hessenheffer. Okay. So yeah, you were 15, 16 years old when you were doing that, and now you are 19.
I'm 19.
When do you turn 20, by the way?
May 12th.
May
Next
12th?
year.
Okay. Happy birthday then.
Oh, thank you.
I'll set it in my Facebook calendar or whatever. Real talk, do you still feel that Gunther is following you around?
I would hope so, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Because the cool part about the character is the jokes that I was allowed to say as that character sort of bridged the gap between the kids and the parents and the grandparents. Because I'd be doing a meet and greet and I'd have grandparents come up and be like, "I love that joke where you blah blah blah," then they'd go, and I watch the show without them, and I'm just sitting there going, "Wow!" Like they sit down and they'll watch even if their grandkids aren't around or even if their kids are around, they enjoy the show enough. So I do enjoy. I enjoy when like people my age come up, which like I'll go do high school performances and everybody knows Gunther. I'm like, this is awesome, just because I was like, I love the fact that it wasn't something that was only this specific group. It's sort of which we all thought it was going to be with that show, but it actually ended up being this wide range of an audience, which I think was really cool. And then like I'd have like kids come up and talk to me about Shake It Up, and then I'd have the parents talk to me about Lost. So I was able to talk to both of them about two very situations. So I feel I've been really blessed with my career because I have that audience to talk to.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with him following me around because he was a fun part of my life, and I got to be this wacky, crazy guy, and wear leopard pants, I mean, like all the clothes were very comfortable.
Oh, okay.
Do
you find yourself wearing leopard pants from time to time?
I don't, no. And it's mainly because I'm Texan, so it's like jeans or like the go-to or khakis or cargo shorts or pants, and but I mean, if I could find like leopard pants, I would buy them just so that way I could have them and possibly go as Gunther for Halloween. I think that one would be fun because it's ironic. Yeah. And then two, it's Gunther. It'd be fun.
Yeah. I mean, do you get people still shouting? What's the line? Hello, baby.
Yeah, I've been at City Walk, and I'm like walking to a movie theater, and somebody's coming out, and they're like, "Hello, baby," and I just immediately went, "Hello, baby," like just right back. Like I was like, "Oh yeah, I know that language," and I love it. It's awesome. I've been driving before, and I got somebody was next to me and they beeped, and I'm thinking, well, I know my gas cap isn't open because it's on this side. So what are you like? I'm thinking, what is there something attached? Like somebody's hanging underneath my Prius, and they go. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they know. Like I was like, hey, and like they're and so it's like it's cool just because it sort of bridges that gap. Like they feel really comfortable coming up to me rather than, I know a lot of people, like even on like Disney, Nick, whatever.
Yeah.
Like the fans, like they feel this distance, but with Gunther, or even like the Shake It Up, they just feel like they know us enough to just come and talk, even though they know I'm not really that guy. But they're like, hey, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like, it's just awesome. I love it. So I'm happy that I did that, and and even though I've been doing other things, and I always enjoy answering questions on Twitter about Shake It Up, and I retweet like some of the fun like memes that they've made of Shake It Up and stuff like that. Oh yeah, because there's a lot of gifs of the runway episode, which he saw because they had me. They go, whatever you want to do with this, just work on it at lunch.
Yeah,
and then we have the producer run through today. I'm like, okay, and that was so I'm in there in my room with the mirror. And I'd do something, and then I'd look at him, and he'd go, and there's he'd give me like a, the 1 through 10 type thing. Yeah, not really. But I wish like we had just cards just ready, but we didn't.
It's kind of like the cliche scene where they're changing clothes.
Exactly.
To make them out.
Exactly. So it was different poses because I wanted to like hit a pose, and like I had this sort of vision, so I had to work on that I had my dad there, so I was like, audience, perfect.
Yeah.
And so he gave me his opinions and his suggestions, and then I walked out and I did it, and the producer's like, "This is great."
Yeah.
And like it took even Bell and Zendaya a little bit by surprise because I hadn't really had anything yet at the start of the day, and then suddenly there's choreography to this thing now. But I mean, like I said, like my parents really put in that sort of always, you love what you do, so always be doing it.
You're thankful for what you have.
Exactly. So it's like I'm grateful. So it's like when they give me this opportunity to do whatever I want, I want to do it really well.
Right.
So
So you don't feel Gunther hanging off your back. Still,
I mean, if he's hanging on my back, then I've got a cape and I'm Superman. So that's cool.
Awesome.
I'm totally fine with that. I've got a leopard cape.
A leopard cape. No, that's very cool. I mean, that's very pure. I can imagine it being kind of doing the same line over and over again. Some people, it drives some people crazy. It would probably drive me crazy, but I respect that. You know what I mean? Like, that's a very cool thing.
I think it all goes back to that. I just like to make people smile and laugh at the end of the day,
Well, part of my reason why I asked, too, is what do you want to... This is a funny thing to ask a celebrity. What do you want to do with your life? Because that's because you're 19 years old.
Yeah, so I've got some time.
You do. I mean, you've gone a long distance, and you're not even. You haven't hit. You're still in the teens.
I've yet to make a second decade out of this world. I mean, my dad actually got me a lanyard. Because all teenagers have lanyards for their keys. Oh. So he got me it's all the suits for cards. Because I'm a jack of all trades.
You're clever.
Yeah, he's clever. He came up to me at like Home Depot and goes, and I go, yeah, I like it. He goes, you're a jack of all trades. So I go, oh, I'm gonna use that. So every time somebody sees it, they're like, I like your lanyard. I go, I'm a jack of all trades, and they're like, oh, funny, because they don't know the backstory. But I've directed. I hang out with the crew, so I know lights. I can film. I hang out with the sound. So it's like I love all of it, and so I put 150 in all of it. I don't let doing all of those things make any of those things less significant or me less skilled in those environments. Right. I put in all that time so that way I can do all of those at the peak.
Because I was also wondering, and I asked the last person I interviewed, I asked this because you're a young actor.
Right.
What type of character do you want to play, either now or if there's someone in the future? Like, what role or what actor do you like that you kind of want to I want to act like that guy?
I don't want to act like any one person, just because I don't want to. I like being able to play such a wide variety. Like my career's been so dramatically of a difference. So I grew up on James Bond, Bourne Identity with my dad, and then X-Men with my mom.
Oh, okay.
So action movies are ingrained in me. So I actually produced an indie one that we're going through the premiere of soon.
Really?
In Michigan, and did my own stunts, which was awesome because it was the first time that people had let me do my own stunts. Because I was like, no, I'll do it. Just tell me how to do it. And they're like, we don't have time.
That's why you got to get the Shake It Up audition, man.
Exactly. I proved to them that I can take the hits, you know? So, wielding like a staff with these big things on them, and fight scenes were really well done. Great job, Yoshi. Shout out. He's now the Blue Power Ranger, the stunt coordinator for that movie. Nice. So he's filming in New Zealand. He just flew out this past week. So I like, so maybe James, like if they had an American James Bond, or they're willing to have an American do a British accent, I would be perfectly fine with doing that. Or they've been doing like some Bourne, franchise stuff. So if they want a younger guy, I'm there.
I'm having a total, what do you call it, brain fart right now. Who was the guy in Bourne Identity?
Matt Damon.
You could definitely be his doppelganger.
I would. If you need a stunt double, Matt, I'm your man.
I just saw
I'm ready
because you said the Bourne Identity. I was like, yeah, Matt Damon.
Yeah. That's my. I get a few, and I that's one of the ones that I get a lot, and it's always a compliment because he's a great looking guy. So if you get like, hey, you look like Matt Damon. Why, thank you.
I was gonna say a young Leo DiCaprio.
I get that one as well. I get that one as well.
Yeah.
So and those are the top two.
Yeah.
Like they're always contending against each other.
Right.
And then I was at a store with my dad the other day, and they're like, you even sound like they're having like this crazy sort of Matt Damon fan thing going on. They're like, you sound like Matt. You do the same motions. I'm like, really? Like. I compare, like, they, like, study him, and I was just like, this is really cool. Like, I had no idea. So apparently I even have his voice pattern. I'm like, this is awesome.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm a fan. He does great work every single time. I haven't seen him in something that I was like, that was sloppy. Like, he's always 100%. So if they want to do, a father-son action film with Matt Damon, I would be okay with that as well. Or an X-Men movie, I'd be cool with that.
Very cool. So you want to do action? I'm sensing
like Marvel or DC or.
And you want to do more? What kind of stunts do you usually do?
Right now I've done like in the last movie I did, it was like weapons and fighting, and I didn't do a flip, but I helped train guy. I flipped somebody else.
Oh, okay.
So I helped train him to do the flip because I'm the guy flipping him. So why not train with the guy flipping him? So we did that.
This is what I'm doing to you, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Which I mean, Derek was great. So it went really easy.
Yeah.
We even had to do it without a mat because we had to film the ground, and he was like all game. So it just made it really, really simple. And he did his choreography. I did mine. And it came out really well because we just saw a little screening of it, and I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of it. It looks good without color correction, so that alone was just like wow.
I mean, what do you think is the craziest in timer? 14 minutes. Okay, we're gonna come back. I've got another question pertaining to this. Our timer is doing a very good job once again. Thank you.
It's that perfectionism.
Yes. We'll be right back with Splat Chats, where the chats are brought to you by Splat. Hair color, that is.
I'm the distraction, electric reaction, the holy shoot, and the OMG. There's nobody else like me. Splat, rebellious colors for your hair and attitude. Splat, splathaircolor.com.
Okay, good. Thank you. We're back, by the way.
Back.
Now, what I wanted to ask you is, what's the craziest stunt you think you would be willing to do?
Well, I'm afraid of heights, so anything that's high up, like the Mission Impossible 4 stunt or Jackie Chan, running down the building type thing, would definitely be out of my comfort zone. But me being a God-fearing man, I might do it if I had the right training.
Yeah.
Because then I'm just like, I know what I'm doing. I can do this.
Yeah.
Plus, I'd probably get down and, having a fear of heights, accomplishing that would be the best thrill. Because whenever I do anything that's like high up and I end up, it paying off, I'm like, that was awesome, but I won't do it again, But I probably would. Like in the last movie, I was on, 8-foot stilts? Because I think they were about tall. They were a little bit taller than me. Because there's a scene that I don't want to disclaim, but I'll keep you posted. In Mickey Madsen, where I have to be high up. So the director's a friend of mine. So he's like, and he rock climbs and stuff like that. So he brought all his own equipment. They rigged me to this steel, like 2-ton steel beam above this gymnasium we were filming in, and all the pulleys and everything. And he was my actual guy that was holding my rope. So he left it to the DP and the editor to actually watch the scene and how it was being filmed. And we did the whole scene with me on these 8-foot stilts. And I'm standing on, and the way that he even built them himself, where they had springs, so that way it was acting sort of like your ankles and your knees for you, because then you're actually balancing yourself. So he gave a little, leeway, so that way I was actually controlling it. If I would start leaning too far, he'd pull and straighten me out, and that was it.
Ah, okay.
So, I mean, and it looks awesome.
That is crazy. So I don't think I would do that ever.
The girls in the scene were flipping out the entire time. It was, and I'm sitting there like, look, I'm having it worse than you are. Just get through the lines. I'm up here. But like I'd wobble, which looked great. Yeah. And after they did the editing and special effects, like it looked like legitimate. And I'd hear a squeak. And one of the girls was like a really good friend of mine, so she's just thinking he's gonna die. He's gonna die. Which is what she told me. She goes, I kept thinking, you're going to die.
Oh, thanks for the confidence.
And I'm like, well, I'm glad you didn't actually verbalize that, because then I would be like, I'm going to die. But, I mean, I'm so glad I did it, because it just looks so great. And thank you, Harold, for talking me into it. Yeah.
It's always better after the fact thinking about it, but, I can imagine while it's just like when I work out. It's like, I hate it.
I want to go.
Yeah, but when I'm
so bad.
Yeah, and then when I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like,
I feel good about myself today. I'll have an extra carrot.
Yeah. You've been hitting the gym recently. I've seen your Instagram
I just today. I took like maybe 3 weeks off, just to really focus, because I'm doing this creative project right now with one of my best friends. He's a writer, and I had this idea for a show, and so we were like, ooh, let's do it. And took us long enough to start, to actually do something together, and put our juices together, and we're very proud of it.
Is this? I mean, don't tell me too much. Don't get me in trouble.
I won't.
I
won't get you in trouble.
But is this like going to be maybe like a Kickstarter type of thing, or is it going to be a?
I think we're probably just going to pitch it, and we'll see what feedback we get, and I'll keep you posted. But we have some ideas, and the people who have read it, one didn't realize we could do that, which was a cool note, and we were even worried because the way we wrote it, sort of like it's a little bit different. It's more raw, but I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of it.
Okay.
Very cool.
Okay.
Coming of age story.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll be. Twitter stalking you.
I hope I've intrigued you.
Yeah. Okay. Now, let's see. I mean, we've kind of covered a lot here. I guess before I move on to the next section here, I wanted to ask you, what are you? And I know as an actor, I mean, you probably want to do either or, but speaking real Kenton, what do you want to do more right now, movies or TV?
Ooh. Well, since I'm writing a show, I'll say TV. But I mean, I like both. I like the fact that when you're on a TV show, it's sort of a longer run. You get to know people over time. But on a movie, you become like a fast family. Yeah. Which that's awesome too. Because I'm still in contact with a lot of crews from all the movies I've done. Yeah. So I like both. They have their pros and cons. I can't really like one over the other. Because with movies, you get a character and then you're done. You get a new character, then you're done, and it's always sort of always fresh if you're doing movie after movie. Whereas with a show, it's like one character, so you're consistent, so you're able to really develop and add layers and really make this like a real person. And, you have a little bit more time with it too.
TV is also good because it's a steady paycheck, and then it's like. I've heard, I don't know, but I mean the workload is a little bit easier.
It is because you're not crunched for time, and you have a little bit more leeway. I mean, I like both. I like being crunched for time sometimes because that's when you need that pressure sometimes to really get some stuff across.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, again, like I said, I'll be peeking at your Twitter because
Twitter stalk me.
Yeah. Oh, I did. When I put together a dossier, I stalk well, my friend. No,
oh, good. That's what the blue hair is for.
Yes.
It's camouflage.
Yes, exactly. I don't know what I'm blending into, but...
The Twitter icon.
Oh, good call. Dang, you are clever. Yeah, it looks like a little bird, too. So... Let's jump into some quick facts about you. Now, I don't know if you were joking, but I've got to know. I watched an interview with you, and somebody asked, like, what's the weirdest thing a fan's asked you or whatever, and you said a fan made me sign their baby, or asked me to sign their baby.
She asked me, it was at the Justin Bieber premiere, she asked me to sign her baby.
And she didn't inquire any further. Like, you dropped a bomb there. I'm like,
she
what?
just goes, she goes, can you sign my baby? And I go, do you have a notepad? And she did. So I was like, can I sign that instead? And, like, Selena apparently had already come through because she had a page there. And I'm like, obviously she thought the exact same thing because you have her name on the notepad, not on the baby.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that. And I'm like, leave it to, like, one of the bigger, like, big premieres that you go to for somebody just like in the crowd that's on the red carpet. Will you sign my child?
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
So
I'm not the monkey in Lion King that will just like draw on the cub and lift him up. You know.
Wait. So you didn't sign?
I did not sign the baby. I signed a notepad. And I have made a few jokes that I signed the forehead. No, I didn't. I did. To clarify, because sometimes I ramble and, things get out of hand.
At least that you're willing to admit. No, I'm just
No. I signed the notepad. I signed the notepad, guys.
Signed the notepad. It's on record now. You signed a notepad, not a baby.
Yeah. On record.
I maybe would have signed the baby. I would have considered it. I don't know.
It's a good story, but then I'm just thinking, okay, if you were depending on where you sign it, then what if it get because there's always the things of like Sharpies on skin, stuff like that.
That's true.
So then I'm thinking, well, their immune systems aren't as strong as ours. Like
Kenton, you're such a better man than me.
I just have I have two little sisters. And they're twins, so it's always up in the air.
My ego, and of course I'd sign your baby, ma'am.
I'll even splat the little hairy hat.
Exactly. Oh, I could just see the Yahoo News article now. Local hair dye spokesperson signs baby. Okay. And so you didn't sign the baby. Very cool.
No.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown. You spoke Mandarin in elementary school.
I did. I went to an all like Chinese, Japanese daycare. So my sisters and I were the only white people.
Really? This is in Texas?
This was in Texas, yes.
No kidding.
We have a lot. We have I have my best friend's half Vietnamese, half white.
No way.
Mm-hmm. So, half Vietnamese, half Caucasian, if we're getting specific.
Oh, yes.
Shout out to Sean. So, I mean, yeah, we have a lot, but yeah. So you have to learn if you want to really communicate.
Yeah.
So I actually learned from one of the daycare managers. He started teaching me a little bit, which I lost all of it.
Yeah.
Other than xie, which is thank you, and ni hao, which is hello. And that's so I know how to say hello and thank you. Past that, I can't say goodbye.
Yeah.
Like I'll just go aloha and just hope they know, they've been to Hawaii. But my sisters, they were even younger, so they absorbed a lot more. They only know those two words as well. So at least it's a duty thing.
Yeah.
It was a social experiment together, and we both failed, all three of us.
Well, if the duties go to China, they'd be like those.
Maybe we pick it up again.
Yeah, well, I just was say, like, those
therapy.
Caucasians are very, very respectful and polite.
Yeah. They don't talk
they say
unless
hello
they're
to us, and they said thank you, All you gotta do is learn please.
I just need to learn exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Please and have a wonderful day.
Yeah. Now, I don't want to bring up religion, but I heard that you were once a pescatarian.
Yes.
Ding.
I love that joke, too. It's one of my favorites, too.
I couldn't commit. I wanted to full on play that whole role. Like, so you're a pescatarian? What is the pescatarian?
So how is that similar to Baptist?
Yeah.
Actually, we've gotten asked that because I was a pescatarian for so long.
Yeah.
And the only reason I stopped was because on certain sets, like, you know, the catering would be like, oh, we can't get fish, so I'd have no protein source. So I was just like, I guess I gotta man up and eat chicken.
Sometimes you gotta man up and eat chicken.
You know, sometimes you gotta eat the white meat.
Yeah.
But one day I was doing stunts and all I had were grapes and lettuce.
Really?
Because you know, my system would not have been able to handle anything else that they had there, and I'm allergic to gluten, and they had pasta, and I'm like, well, that's the only other thing here.
Yeah.
So I had grapes and lettuce, and my dad had to go get me like tuna salad. Like he drove from the set and it's like, I will save you, son. And comes back with tuna salad, and I chomped it down after I'd already been doing stunts. So I was like,
yeah.
It would have been another shake it up, you know, white chalk moment most likely.
So, but you're no longer pescatarian.
I'm from that now. I went through the week of like, oh my insides, you know, because you're transitioning now, into like having to digest new things. But now I eat chicken, and turkey, and but I still mainly eat fish.
Gotcha.
Because I like it.
So you don't do the red meats really at all.
I know I'm a Texan, so everybody's like sacrilege.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've had brisket twice since then. And that one time, it was because I was in Nashville. I'm like, I'm in Nashville. I'm at, like, this country restaurant.
Yeah.
They're known for their brisket. I might not come back here ever. I'll get sick this once, you know, and I did it. But I'd already eaten it with my Uncle Bob.
Gotcha.
Who he loves, you know, making red meat. And he's, you know, we call him Big Bob.
Is this the guy that wants you to get the tractor? You did an impression of your uncle.
No, that's Uncle David.
Hey, Kenton, come here. I need you to help me with the tractor. Yes.
I said tractor, and I should have said boat, because that's like the one trip I really like was with him when we were boating.
Yeah.
And fishing and stuff.
Gotcha.
Doing manly things.
Well, you're in Texas.
Exactly. You're in Texas. Yeah. But Big Bob's my other uncle. My dad's brother-in-law, Uncle Bob. And he's you know great behind the grill, and so he'd made brisket.
Gotcha.
And he's like, Kenton, you gotta eat some brisket. And he's got, you know, big booming voice. I'm like, okay, eat some brisket.
And both experiences were worth it?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Seasoned to perfection.
Wow, you even gave the little finger kiss there. That's how you know it's good.
Are we?
We're at 14 minutes. Okay.
14 minutes of Kenton rambling about brisket.
Yes. You should do your own little cooking show. Like.
There's another thing that I've been planning on.
Really? Okay.
I'm thinking when I'm, you know, and no one no longer wants to hear me, like, make jokes, they're going to be like, just put him behind the kitchen counter. We'll see what happens.
Who's that young chef on TV? What's his name? Guy Pierre or something?
Oh, Fieri.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With the spiky hair, diners, drives, and dives.
You might be able to fit in that Food Channel market.
I think so.
But
I just need the, like, old, like, Chevy Camaro.
Yeah.
Or you could,
that's when you could bring Gunther back.
Yes.
You could be making bratwurst or whatever.
That would actually be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be very fun.
We
are going to do episodes about what I've done in my life.
I like it. We're giving Disney gold here. So
their own cooking show. I think that's maybe one of the things they haven't done yet.
I know, right? That's actually a really good idea.
They just need like Mickey Mouse to come in like, Hi kids.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be making mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Or Mickey and cheese.
Or, you know, like Mickey Mouse pancakes or something like that.
Absolutely. Those are good.
Yeah.
At Disney World, have you had those?
I've never
They're like
been to Disney World,
they're like 2 mini pancakes.
Yeah.
And the guys just do it like that.
Yeah.
And suddenly you see Mickey Mouse being cooked in front of you. And you're just like, this is awesome.
Slightly traumatizing, but awesome at the same time.
Maybe that's why they have the counter raised a little bit so the little ones can't see it. But also, we're like, oh, this is really cool. Hey, Dave, come check this out. You're really talented, man. You're really talented.
No, I've only been to Disneyland, and I've only had the greasy burgers and fries there and stuff like that. Yeah, I feel that it is. Like, I've had friends who, like, Like, oh, we went to the Epcot Center and we've got, we had caviar with bone spoon, blah, 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 like...
Epcot is the place to go for food.
Is
in
it?
Disney World. Because you can go, do you want Italian? Let's go. And then, like, you go to that specific country.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And then they have all the restaurants are that country.
Yeah.
So if you go to Japan, then it's like sushi and like fish, and you can go to China and get Chinese, and it's awesome.
Nice.
What's that? Oh yeah, they're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I took him with me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the rest of our family won't go eat everywhere. So he's like, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you want? He goes, let's just walk and we'll figure it out. Oh, this looks fun.
That's what happened to me the other day in San Diego. I was walking downtown and there was too many choices. Mm. So we took about 20, 30 minutes to figure out where we wanted to go. We went to an art gallery.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Well, just kind of checking it out, and like we talked to this girl, and she's like, yeah, go to the table 21, I think it was called, or something like that, or table 12.
There you go.
And it was like this amount of food for $22.
Oh, wow.
It was freaking delicious, but it cost an arm and a leg. Anyway, I'm rambling now. We'll be right back with Kenton Duty on Splat Chats, where you know the rest. Additional support for Splat Chats is brought to you by Make It Straight. Get perfectly straight hair, formaldehyde-free, and one easy application. Best part, it lasts up to 20 shampoos. Click the link below to see a quick tutorial on how this amazing product works. Thanks for watching, and now back to Splat Chats.
You're in a room of OCDers,
I know.
So it is totally cool.
Well, normally I'm more OCD, like confirming dates. Like my OCD failed me, and I screwed up this.
Your
date
OCD
today.
saw something shiny and went like that.
Yeah. My OCD interacted with my ADD, and then
and had a baby bee.
I was SOL. Okay, so anyway, welcome back to Splat Chats, where the chats are brought to you by Splat hair color, that is. We're going to go to your tweets. I know you dreamers have been looking forward to this. So, by the way, before we start, why, again, do you call them dreamers?
Actually, they came up with that, because my hashtag and my signature is always dream big.
Ah, okay.
And so, and then my last name is Duty, and it starts with a D, so it ended up working out really well.
Ah, gotcha.
But they all just started calling themselves, actually, a few of them had polls set up.
Really?
Because I said, I want to know what I can call my fan base.
Yeah.
And so they're like, don't worry, we got it. And then, like, they would send me the site, so that way I knew, and then I was involved, and then I was like, it looks like Dreamers is the winner, and, because it was like, I think it was like Kentonites, and then there was...
I like Kentonites. It sounds very biblical.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
And the Kentonites.
Oh. And then I think another one was like the... like Call of Dutyers, or like they had all these like great puns and things going on, and then like Dreamers was the one that everybody was like, but he says dream big, so Dreamers, or like, ah. And so there's a Dreamers, and they've been that since. Yeah. Since.
And the War of Kenton Duty was fought.
Yes.
And
and the land was conquered by the Dreamers.
Then the Dreamers took over the Kentonites.
We're now BBC One. Wanted to shout out Natalia Constanza down in Chile. I see your tweets, and I appreciate them all the time.
Mm-hmm. Big love shout out to you. Well, she asked, what do you think about Dreamers?
Well, like we were just talking about, I mean, they're so involved. They they'll do petitions and stuff, and they write me like a lot of like twit-longers, and I read all of them. Sometimes I forget to reply. This is real. But I mean, they like make my day 100 times better, even if it's already going really well. Like it just, it takes it to that like pedestal of just like bliss. Mm-hmm. I wake up, I'll get online and I'll look, and like it starts my day with a smile, because they always have great things to say. They always have opinions. So and a lot of them are great opinions, so it's fun. I just love interacting with them. I mean, because they're 100% there, and they're always ready.
I just got a confirmation, by the way, from Papa Ochoa.
Sweet, a dinner with the Ochoa boys.
Yeah,
shout out.
Okay, very cool. Let's go to. I was actually going to ask you this, but I saved it for her. Their name is Dreamer, but their handle is Oh My Simpson 9.
Okay, yes.
You know this person?
I do know this one.
Okay. They asked favorite TV show? Question mark.
Ooh, let's see. Well, I'm watching Arrow with my mom right now, so I like anything that I can watch with family members. So my sister just finished this. Her summer was Netflix. She and my mom have been watching Once Upon a Time, so they finished that and now waiting on the next update. But I watched The Office with my sisters, so I enjoy
American
anything I can watch.
British?
The American one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They finished all, I think, 9 seasons over the course of the summer.
Very cool.
So, props to you guys. You stuck it out. But yeah, so whatever I can watch with my family, I'm happy.
Very, very much a family man.
I'm so family.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I love my family, so it's like, well, if you want, so it's like when the people go, are you ever going to date anybody? I'm like, well, they have to be able to deal with this. 'Cause this is going to be here, and, you can go, but these hours are staying,
There is some questions about that topic.
I've seen a lot of them, especially the minute I hit 18, that became a very potent topic on Twitter.
Well, I always hate asking it because I feel like I'm one of those teen magazines inquiring, but some fans actually asked it, and I'll leave it up to you to answer. Okay, so Caitlin, this is a funny name, Kenton's Oreo, at Kenton's Oreo.
That's ironic with the chocolate allergy, but I like it.
Yeah, interesting.
It's my way of having chocolate.
I don't know if it's like part of like her last name is Soreo, or if it came out to be Kenton's Oreo. I like to think that it's Kenton's Oreo.
I like Kenton's Oreo.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
We're gonna go with that.
Well, she asked, "Are you and Mandy dating?" And
we have been friends for quite some time. We do have a single about love out.
Yes.
But who knows what the future might hold.
That single's called Dare to Love.
Dare to Love.
The
music video comes out September 16th. And we just did a Best Friends event for the Best Friends Animal Society where they premiered the video for however many thousand people were there. And it was on this huge screen, like 3-story screen. So it was cool. The video turned out really well. Everybody's going to like it.
When does that come out again?
September 16th.
September 16th. Be there.
Be there.
On
YouTube.
I guess they could show up at any time. But,
absolutely.
But, it's cool to be there.
September 16th, and you're there, you're part of it.
I'm sure your fans will be, like, lining up waiting for the video.
Yeah, they're going to be in the internet queue.
Yeah. So it sounds a little ominous, but we'll leave it at that.
I like being ominous.
Yeah. I mean, I have seen some tweets, some interesting pictures, the two of you guys. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. You know all the Germanic pronunciations. I don't know.
At GZDE_KRTS, because I can't pronounce it.
Yeah. How do you pronounce the O's, the 2 dots over them? Do you know?
Godz. I can't. If I knew, I would do it. Hashtag Splat Chats. Who is your favorite male and female singer? And I think it's to both of us.
Well, I think all of them are, but this is totally about you.
Oh, man. I tried, guys. You're not going to know.
I like to be on ominous, too. Because no one cares.
Everyone cares.
Oh, thank you.
For female singer, I like Celine Dion.
Really?
Yeah. Male singers, I like those classy guys.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake, Usher, Michael Bublé, Neo.
Well, I was going to save this question for later, but now I feel it's appropriate.
Okay.
I have to say, young man, I was very impressed when you did a Michael Jackson song at the show. Or Jackson 5, forgive me.
Yes, sir.
Was it?
I Want You Back.
I Want You Back, that's right. And I noticed, whilst I was putting together your dossier, you had, like, vinyls stapled to your wall at one point. Are you a connoisseur of classic jams, my friend?
I am.
You are.
I grew up in my house. What was always playing was either like Christian rock, like Petra, or jazz, or sort of like soul music.
So you listen to a lot of classic soul?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Can you tell me some of your favorite classic soul artists? Because I love.
Let's see.
I listen to classic gospel all the time too.
I'm so terrible with names, and it's sad because it goes into like the artists.
If you got any songs,
I just jam out to Pandora. Like I just type in soul, and it's like I've been listening to just a lot of Motown recently.
Oh, okay. Hence the Jackson 5.
Hence the Jackson 5, exactly. So I was like, oh, that'd be fun.
I guess maybe a better question is what era, like 60s, 70s, funk?
50s. I've been hanging out in the 50s a lot.
Okay.
Like Motown 50s. So
Motown 50s.
That's been my station. So I don't even know who's on the station, but I'm like, I know this station, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to talk later on.
Feeling very lively. Yeah. In the Duty house.
Well, my whole like Spotify playlist is either like 1970s blaxploitation soundtracks or like classic 1920s till like 1950 gospel.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I love me some soul music. So yes. Praise the Lord. Praise the roof. And various things like that. So back on track here. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm serious. Like I got really excited because there was a lot of like Justin Bieber covers, and to hear Jackson 5.
They were.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I actually like the Biebs.
He's good.
Yeah.
Good. I like a lot of his newer stuff.
And me too.
Because I feel it's him now.
Yeah.
Not just trying to appeal to. He's just like, this is what I want to do, and I'm like, I appreciate that.
Like the PYD song or whatever. What's the other one?
Oh, isn't that one with R. Kelly?
Yeah.
But one of the things I love about I Want You Back is a lot of people know it, and they forget that they know it.
Yeah.
And so when I perform it, they'll start I like doing it a cappella because I can play it on guitar and accompany myself or sing to a track. But I'd rather do it a cappella and have them sing with me, which is cool because it ends up happening because they're like, oh, I know this one, and we're all clapping, we're all singing together, and it just makes it like this one big sort of bonfire moment rather than like just a guy on a stage.
Yeah.
And I love when you're able to do that as an artist and like really be involved. And I guess that's why I like Twitter and interacting with with the Dreamers because I'm able to be involved.
Yeah. There's all you have to do is say that one line like, "Ooh, baby, give me one more chance."
Like, hey, we got it. We know.
What? Yeah, and there's something about that genre, especially Motown. You're like, oh, you just
get this head movement, and you're like, I didn't know I could move like this.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Throw some like Temptations on, and I'm gone.
Yeah. And that's one of my favorite. When I go to parks, like theme parks with friends, if there's like a good group of guys there, we at least have to have like 3 guys, so we can hit the harmonies. But my friends and I will start singing "My Girl."
Really?
And like one of us will be like, "Who's gonna be the bass? Okay, you're bass." And then we'll just turn to the females in the group and we'll just start circling them. And we're not wearing suits. We're like in like t-shirts and because we're at the tanks or whatever. Yeah. But we're just like pretending like we have the suit jackets on and we're like doing the slides and they're embarrassed because we're in line and there's just people now watching and.
Yeah.
But we love doing that kind of stuff.
Could you please do an Instagram video of that? I would love to see.
When it happens, I will do it. I promise you. A pinky promise.
Please.
It's official.
That sounds amazing. Do you guys harmonize well, too?
We do, actually. I was very impressed, awesome. Yeah. We have some good tonality qualities, too.
Okay, this is a good question and I know this person actually asked a lot of questions. She goes by Mrs. Devil.
Okay.
And it's at TRTR Ballerinas.
Gotcha. Okay.
Did you miss Shake It Up?
I guess I do, a little bit. But I am happy that we've everybody sort of started doing new stuff now. Bella was in Blended, which I'm sure everybody saw that's watching this. I have yet to actually see it, and I'm sort of mad because the rest of my family has seen it and they all love it. And they're like, "You need to go see it." I'm like, "Well, now it's coming out on DVD." So, but I mean, yeah. So like, and then I'm doing like my more indie stuff, and then I'm writing, and I'm doing this thing. But we're all and like Zendaya's performing, and so we all have sort of grown from that.
Yeah.
But we do all communicate in between jobs and stuff, and Bella and I both have set up lunch 3 times, and then one of us will have to fly out that day.
Oh, really?
That we set up for. So I think we need to start doing that more often because then we'll just get more jobs.
Yeah. That's a good strategy.
Is that time? 16.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was going to say that is a good strategy. You don't have to give 10% or more to a manager or an agent, you know?
Exactly. Just give it to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you that job.
Yeah.
I set up lunch.
You should actually keep track. See how often that happens.
I think I will.
Yeah.
I think I will.
How often you can work.
Just tally. Just have this big whiteboard. Tally it.
We'll be right back with Splat Chats with a few more Twitter questions. And plus I gotta get hit back Papa Ochoa.
Hello, good people. You know me as Adam the Admin. At least you should, because you've been watching me talk to Kenton Duty for about an hour now. If you enjoy watching Splat Chats, please support our show. How can we support the show, you ask? It's easy. Share this interview with your friends. Retweet it on Twitter. Like it on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. The reason why I ask you to do this, my good people, is because the more views this show gets, the more relevant it is. And the more relevant it is, the longer I can continue to do it. Also, viewing audience, the more relevant this show is, the more likely I'm able to get more cool people that you'd like to see me interview. I'm gonna clean my glasses and give you a minute to contemplate that. So please, let's get the viewership up on Splat Chats. Share it with your friends. Ask them if they've seen the interview. And if they have not, tell them you can't be friends with them until they've watched this interview. Please, good people, do this not just for me, do it for yourselves. Because if you do it, I can continue to entertain you, which I love to do. Beautiful. Thank you again for watching, and now back to Kenton Duty. We're back with Splat Chats with Kenton Duty on duty here. Woo! Woo-wee!
I answered the call of duty.
He did. So many puns. I won't even...
I actually have a Call of Duty Black Ops poster.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yeah.
Are you a gamer?
Not well.
Nah, either am I.
I enjoy watching walkthroughs.
Yeah. But you don't like do the online gaming thing?
I don't have the time for it.
Yeah.
I do like playing with friends though.
Oh, really?
So and we'll either play together or we'll play against each other, and we'll do bots, so that way we have full teams.
Yeah.
And we nearly won, Trent and I. We nearly won. We were
Really?
We were 2 kills away on Call of Duty.
Oh, was it the multiplayer or?
Yeah,
is
we
it
had 9 enemies.
Have you played the what is it? The Extinction, where you're killing aliens and destroying their hives?
No, I've not.
I am not that type of gamer. I don't like the first-person shooter thing at all. Minus GoldenEye from this Nintendo.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
yes. I've been searching for that game.
Yeah, me too. I think I've got a Nintendo 64 in my attic. I gotta find it, but that was my. Let's just say I was very good at it.
That was an amazing game. Because if you chose Odd Job, you could actually use the hat.
Well, we had a no odd job rule.
No odd. Yeah, we didn't. Most. Yeah.
And then if you were brave enough to be Jaws, because you're really tall, you didn't have to hit that L key or whatever.
And then whenever somebody found the golden gun, everybody just scrambled.
Oh,
they're all screen cheating anyway.
Yeah.
Because you're like, don't screen cheat, but you just hear him go, and you're like, run! And then you find the one spot, you know which one I'm talking about, right above the little staircase underneath, because everything's just blocks. It's not really a room.
Wait, are you talking about the facility level?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you find if you could get him to hop enough. You might get up there, and then once you did, it was the best sniping position because no one knew how to get.
Yeah. I mean those days. Since then, I've been terrible. But I'd have to say the Extinction. It's good because you're not playing against a bunch of people who are better than you. You have to play with them. And
I like that.
Yeah,
that's a good rule.
Has my recommendation. So anyway,
stamp of approval.
Your dad's like, what are these? What are they talking
about? We're talking about James Bond, so he's totally fine.
Yeah. Oh, big Bond fan over there?
Yep.
No, I've got some new tweets here. Let's just see if there's anything new, because the rest is who you dating, blah, 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 blah.
I'm dating me, myself, and I.
I got a message from real Mandy Rain.
Oh, Mandy.
Is that her?
That's her. Is Kenton Duty better at scoping on Call of Duty or connecting the Kinect?
You want to answer that? I'm glad I checked. Thank you, Mandy.
Well, connecting the Kinect to the Xbox, you just plug it in. However,
what are you talking about?
Because I played Call of Duty with Matt a week ago, and I beat him, or no, we tied. because I got the one kill just off of a quick like sort of scope on a pistol.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting a headshot on him, and then I just booked it, and I just wouldn't let him find me for the rest of the time. So he had like a minute left, and he goes, "Are you over there?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm that way." And he went the opposite end of the. So that's what she's talking about there, and then she couldn't figure out how to connect to the Xbox.
Oh, okay.
So she's asking if I'm better at one or the other. And I'm like the same level at both of them.
I'm gonna tell her
it's
that
all
right
luck
now.
of the draw.
Same level at both, he says. That's so funny.
Even Manny gets in on the Splat Chat tweets.
Okay, so let's see here.
Back to the paper.
Back to the paper.
dossier.
To the dossier. Here, one thing I wanted to get to before we ran out of time. It's been a long-standing tradition on Splat Chats to discuss the word bae.
Oh, okay.
B-A-E.
Yes, I had no idea what that was until my mother told me.
Oh, your mom told you what
My mom told me what
Your
bae
mom's
is.
so hip. Dang.
My mom is hip. I was taking my sister's to school, and my mom was sitting next to me in the car, and they're in the back, and we're at a red light, and I just go, okay, I need somebody to tell me. I'm expecting them to tell me. So I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, look, why do people keep tweeting me bae? Mm-hmm. Are they forgetting to type the second B in babe? Like, what is this happening? My mom goes, honey, that's before anything else.
Oh, okay.
And I go, what? What? How do you know? And she goes, I'm a cool mom. Which she is. She's a very cool mom.
Well, you know it has dual meanings, though, right?
No, I did not.
It means something else in another language.
What does it mean?
I believe it's Danish. And, I should Snopes this. I don't know if Snopes would cover something as inane as that. But, it actually means poop in Danish. So...
Well, it rhymes with duty.
Yeah.
Oh! Elementary school jokes.
Kenton is on his duty jokes. Hilarious. Love it. Print it. No, okay.
Check the gate.
Yeah, check the gate. So you were already privy to why, because I imagine you get called bae quite often.
I just had no, I was like, why don't they enunciate?
Oh, exactly.
Because I was like, what is good? I just didn't know.
Because I thought it was weird too, because I'd see people saying like, you are bae, and it's like, that sounds like...
Hashtag MCM, bae, every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hated it when I first saw it.
I was just like, why is this a trend of misspelling babe?
Yeah. But yes, it means before
anyone else. Or anyone or anything else. And I was like, if only someone would tell. I just need the newsletter to come out and be like, here's all the trends that are coming up, so that way you don't feel like an idiot when your mom tells you.
Well, I've got a new one for you.
Okay.
Now, because I can't keep going on about bae because I've already revealed it. Kenton's already privy to it. His mom is already privy to it.
Yes.
So clearly, I've got to move on to the next thing. Are your eyebrows on flick, Kenton?
I don't think so.
Your eyebrows are not on flick?
I have no idea what that means.
Okay. Well, on flick is actually, it's a new thing. I may have gotten the information wrong, but I believe like Ariana Grande, she did like an acapella. I can't sing it because it's not age appropriate for our audience. Some of it is. It's got some words in it, but all the kids are saying it now because in the song she says, basically it's, we in this, finna get crunk, eyebrows on flick, or something like that.
Okay.
I don't do it any justice, but you're going to notice a lot of people saying you're on flick.
Okay.
So I'm just prepping you for the future.
Good to know.
And what it basically means is on point. Okay, so we'll be right back with Kenton Duty on Splat Chats, because I'm going to give you some gifts, sir.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's not forget, Splat Chats would not be possible without the good people at Splat Hair Color. So please, I beg of you, if you enjoyed this show, go on over to Twitter and follow them at Splat Hair Color and tell them we love Splat Chats. Let's go back to the interview. You want to clap it?
Okay, here we go.
The clapper. Okay. Kenton Duty. We are back with Kenton Duty on Splat Chats, where the chats are brought to you by Splat. Hair color, that is. And we are called Splat Chats, by the way, because this show is brought to you by Splat Hair Color. Follow us on Twitter at Splat Hair Color. And basically, I'm going to give you some of our products that our company makes.
Great.
This is one of our permanent kits.
Okay, cool.
Now, you're an actor, so I know you can't be coloring your hair.
But I have little sisters that would probably love to do it.
Yes, and that's what I was thinking. That's our multicolor kit.
Fun.
Yeah. Just let them know it does last up to 6 weeks, and it is a bit hard to remove. So make sure you have Mom and Dad's approval there.
Do I have your approval? Can I do it at night when they're not, just put like a sheet? Okay, cool. Sweet.
And here is you're very well acquainted with Splat Hair Charm,
yes.
Of course.
I've used them for performances.
Yes, I've sent you tons of this. I believe.
Yes, I do. I have a lot, and I love it.
Yeah,
I needed more.
Oh, did you?
Absolutely.
You went through all that quick?
Not yet, no. But you can never have enough.
Exactly. No, this is of course Splat Hair Chalk. You got the compact. You put it on your hair, slide it on. It's actually what I'm wearing today. I'm waiting for our new colors, which might be coming out before I color my hair, so that's all I can say. Right. Splat washables, which is more of like a gel type of thing.
Okay.
Washes out. This is cold as ice.
Ooh, nice.
And then I think this one is called Purple
Good for
Swag.
summer.
Yes, these are all very good for summer, and it's good.
Purple swag.
Yeah. It's good that we have this, especially for actors, because this is all like non-committal products. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you can't be dyeing your hair when you have to go play a character.
Absolutely.
Now, of course, we have our gels. This is green kryptonite.
Oh.
And Light My Fire. And
love it.
From the Doors song, of course.
Hashtag Clark Kenton.
Yeah. Now, these two products are fairly new.
Okay.
We are Develop Plus, and underneath this is Splat, of course. Develop Plus makes this product called Make It Healthy, and this is a great product because when you get out of the shower, when your hair's still wet, you put it in, you can comb it in, it makes your hair like butter, like super soft.
Butter.
Like butter.
Like butter.
Let me tell you, Kenton, I love this product so much. I use it every night, every morning, because I want to have soft hair.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just went...
It works, though.
When I get nervous, I become someone from New Jersey.
You're like one of the newsies.
Yeah. No, but in all seriousness, that is a really cool product because, like, especially, like, if you have drier hair, it helps you, like, comb through it. Mm-hmm. That product actually is how I met the Ochoas.
Oh.
Yeah. They found, we were giving that out at the Popstar magazine party, and Raymond took a sample.
Of course.
Yeah. You know,
everybody loves the Ray.
Yeah.
Well, he's a ray of sunshine.
Oh, yes, he's delightful. We have, like, this really joke going on where me and Raymond have, like, this war.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
He needs someone to war with.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
Because we all love him so much, he needs that.
Yeah, he needs someone to sort of keep his head level.
Yeah.
Because
he's a rock star.
Yeah. Well, we have this thing going on where more people have called him Bay than have called me Bay. So it's been like an ongoing
You had a Bay-Rito sign at their show, didn't you?
No, I had Bayman.
Bayman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bayman Ochoa, the Ochoanizers, and I sort of put our heads together and came up with...
I like it.
It's so weird.
Bayman.
Bobbay, Bayman. I didn't coin Bobbay, but... yeah, and I also had a sign that says you owe me 10%.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, because
I need that sign. Just walk on, we are the light, and I just turn around and I hand it to him.
Actually,
you owe me 10%.
If you do that, the Ochoanizers will get what you're doing, because that's actually the Ochoa
then I'm gonna
Boys
do it.
review.
I'm gonna do it now.
Awesome. And you have to give me 10% for that idea.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
I'll shout you out mid-rap.
Yeah. Now, this is anti-aging hair treatment system.
Oh, good.
It's got a long title, and it's not just for grandmas. It's actually, this is going to make your hair really super silky and soft. It's basically like a it's like a shampoo, conditioner, and then a leave-in treatment.
Perfect. So it makes your hair bay.
It makes your hair bay. It's a new product, so you should use it before anyone else.
My hair will be on fleek.
Your hair will be on fleek with this product.
Oh.
I think the camera cut out, but we are going to start using On Fleek.
Oh, yeah.
Kenton and I.
Get ready now.
Yeah. After this interview is over, we're going to tweet that interview was way on fleek. And,
Absolutely.
So you guys are going to have to catch up with us. Catch up like mayonnaise. Anyway.
Condiment humor.
Condiment humor, the best kind of humor, in my opinion.
It goes on everything.
Yeah. Oh! Dang! That joke was on flick. Now to top it all off.
Yes.
This shirt. I think I gave you the girls' version.
You gave me a
shirt.
girl's small.
Yeah. Which I'm sure you never wore.
I gave it to my little sister.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So she has it.
Yeah. Well, at least someone made use of it. This is our. I'm kind of proud of this. I sort of started this little meme, and everyone really liked it.
I love it. Normal-headed, splat-headed.
Yeah, when you're normal-headed, you know, life is good, but life is better when you're splat-headed. So, splat. Put it on your head. Anyway, this is all for you.
Thank you.
Use these wisely.
I'm ready.
We really should have gotten you a bag, huh? I think one of my boss is like, let me get him a bag. I'm like, no, we don't need a bag.
Look, I have one arm. It's fine.
It's fine. It's
I can still open doors and drink water.
I think that's about it. I have one last bit for you, and then I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
I don't know if I told you about this. I don't know. I'm gonna give you the Rorschach test.
Oh, okay.
Did I tell you about this?
No, you did not.
Essentially, it's an ink blot test, and this test was used, I think I want to say around the 1930s, to sort of establish a psychological profile on an individual. Now, yes, it's since been debunked, so, you know, I hate to kill it by saying that, but it's still very fun. Now, I would like to try this on you. This is the same one I did on Cody St. New, and I'm going to compare them.
Okay.
So, here's our first blot. What do you see?
A dragon.
You see a dragon. Okay. Now, I still hold that these all look like Georgia O'Keeffe paintings, and that's all I'm going to say. I don't know if we have any art humor here. Any people who appreciate art? Okay. You see a dragon.
I see a dragon.
Where do you see the dragon forming?
I see the head here, the wings,
okay,
and then sort of like he has two tails, you know.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I guess a dragon can have two.
Or possibly, you know, dragon and like the reflection in the water.
I totally see it now. Like those are the ears. This is the
absolutely.
Oh, and it's this reflection in the water. You're a clever one. You got a clever kid here, Mr. Duty. I have to say. I was going to say it was like a fruit bat or something originally.
I like that one too.
Yeah, hanging upside down too.
That'd be my option number 2.
Yeah. Now next, we have, what do you see?
I see sort of a Halloween mask or a butterfly, you know, one of those.
Yep. And now I saw the same thing. This is, to me, is definitely a jack-o'-lantern. I have 2 eyes here, a mouth. It could be like a jack-o'-lantern with like
a masquerade ball.
Yeah, maybe. A masquerade ball.
Like the stick would go right there.
Right. Okay, cool. Now, Mr. Duty, do you see a... Okay.
We're all in agreement.
We're all in agreement. We're all saying here. For the last one...
So far.
This is not his most popular...
I could see why.
I see nothing. Hogan's Heroes. This is not his most popular blotting, but I think it's significant.
I think it might be a thumbprint.
Yeah, it could be a thumbprint. I always see like a sunset.
Okay.
Cody St. New said it was Stephen Baldwin.
I
don't know if you see...
I definitely see a thumbprint with glasses.
A thumbprint with glasses. See, that's not right at all. But, you know, this is not a judgmental area.
Right.
You know.
No, it's already been debunked, so we can't judge.
Yes. Well, you know, when you're the psychologist, you can't pass judgment, you know. It's a safe area.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was Splat Chats, and my guest was and still is and will forever be Kenton Duty, unless he decides to become a fugitive, like we discussed earlier. Thank you for watching Splat Chats. If you want to support the show, please share this with your friends. Spread the word. The more views we get, the better it is. And please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check us out at Facebook, Facebook/Splat Hair Color. Twitter's at Splat Hair Color. You can find me at AdamTheAdmin. Kenton Duty, you have like what, 400,000 fans?
Going on.
Yeah, so we don't need to plug him.
At Kenton J Duty on Twitter, at
go.
Dreamers King on Instagram.
Right. Follow him. He's a real good guy. And any last words to lead the audience out with?
Hope you guys are having fun at school.
Hope you guys are having fun at school. Thank you for watching
Dream
Splat
big.
Chats. This interview was on Flick. We're out.
Woo!
All right, here we go. It was relatively painless.
I didn't feel any pain at all, actually.